St. Mark, the author of the shortest and oldest of the Gospels, is mentioned at least 10 times in the Bible, most often as a missionary companion of St. Paul. It's thought that Mark, the evangelist, the one who wrote this Gospel, it's thought that Mark was probably a teenager when Jesus was teaching. Around the year 46 AD, which was roughly about 13 years after the death of Christ, around the year 46 AD, Paul and Barnabas took Mark with them on their first missionary journey. Now, sometime later, Mark decided to return to Jerusalem, very much against Paul's wishes. Mark and Paul had a major disagreement, and they separated for a time, but they did, at a later point, reconcile. Mark wrote the first of the four Gospels, this one, around 70 AD. Today we hear the very last verses of this Gospel, which were actually not written by Mark. They were added at a later time. And we know that based on the difference in vocabulary and the difference in the style of writing. But it's still very relevant in that it focuses on one of Mark's principal themes, the preaching of the good news. Our first reading today is from the first letter of St. Peter, and it was written to give encouragement to a community facing suffering and persecution. Now, one line really jumped out at me when I read it, and it spoke to me about our current world reality. It was different from the one that Peter was addressing, but nevertheless, and the words that Peter wrote, your brothers and sisters throughout the world undergo the same suffering. Throughout the world today, all our brothers and sisters and ourselves are experiencing suffering as a result of COVID-19. And Peter then advised his community, be steadfast in faith. And again, he wrote, cast all your worries upon the Lord because he cares for you. As we go through these days of darkness and uncertainty, so do our sisters and brothers across the world. Many of us have more questions than answers. When will this end? What will that mean? Are we going to be able to get back to things as they were before? There are lots of ideas and opinions out there. Who does one believe? What's going to happen? And it's when these thoughts and these questions arise in my mind and heart that I take great comfort in handing everything over to the Lord. That's when Peter's words today offer such solace. Cast all your worries upon the Lord because he cares for you. The signs mentioned today associated with believers, driving out demons, speaking new languages, surviving drinking deadly poison, curing the sick. But no sign is greater than absolute trust in our loving, caring God. Cast all your worries upon the Lord because he cares for you. Let's take a moment now to do just that. Casting our worries upon the Lord because he cares for us. Trusting in God's love and care.